baby. Welcome to this week's episode. We got phone calls. We got discussions about Folsom and shit.
And why I'm the weirdest person you could ever invite to your house.
Truly moldy kid energy over there at that house.
You got a t-shirt collar? I'm trying to suck on it. You know what I mean?
I didn't do anything weird like that. I guess I just ate rocks and sand. You're so lucky.
You have iron deficiency.
I don't know if that's true. I enjoyed this episode. We take phone calls. We talk. We get to hear back from a lot of people that we gave advice to. And guess what? We should do this professionally. We're good at it.
Goodbye.
Oh. Mom.
When your first choice is a big old bus,
You turn around and boom, you end up with us. Sloppy seconds. Oh, diva. Our number is 213. Okay, 536. Work, bitch. 9180. Our email is sloppysecondspot@gmail.com. Now on with the show. How you sloppy, you stupid, fuck you, nasty, fuck you, dirty, fuck you, stupid, fuck you. Sloppy second with the Big Dipper, Meatball, that's Big Dipper.
bro.
Another Tuesday episode in the lovely backlit Hudson Yards. Where are you? What is it called?
Yeah, I'm in Hudson
Valley.
Yards. Why are you mad about my lighting? This isn't a visual episode.
But I have to see what
you
I'm
don't
seeing.
like to look at me.
No one does.
Catch me in my silhouette. Is that a good? Could that be a pop song where it's like all about like it's a butterface or a butt his face? Wait, is butterface only misogynistic?
Yeah, it is. What do you call a guy that you'd rather just chop their head off and still fuck them? Or I guess
Tuesday,
cover their
Wednesday,
face.
Thursday, Friday.
Oh, paper
Saturday.
bag. What do they call? Now everyone
Alaska
just
said
wears
it.
a mask. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm like, hey
It's
guys.
like fine
Okay, there's a guy on Sniffies up in Hudson.
in the Val.
Great dick.
But you're not supposed. Did you taste it?
Uninteresting face. I'm not going to say ugly because that's rude. I'm not interested in looking at their face. So what I'm
because
trying to
one
do.
person's ugly is another person's gorgeous. Baby.
Right, exactly. So for me,
it's just you're not into it.
right. So what I'm trying to do is be like, hey.
Because
do you know-
sometimes I love an ugly guy. I'm
Do
like,
you know about
damn, your
those-
face jacked up. Come here, fuck me.
But you know how it can be jacked up and like interesting or like it tells a story. You know me. I love wide set eyes. I love sort of a slack jaw. But there needs to be like a
No, you're just describing a dog.
woof woof. There needs to be like a hardness, like a squareness, like a something like that in my mind. So what I want to say to this man is like, hey, do you like glory holes? You know the kind of glory holes where you hang a sheet, you know, and it stops like 3 feet from the ground, like, and then you sit in a chair underneath it.
I don't know what that
Listeners
is.
know what I'm talking about.
It's
the
just
guy,
like a curtain.
the guy sits in
You're
the
just-
chair and the curtain drops to their lap. So you can see crotch, dick, balls, thigh, legs,
What about
legs,
3
and
feet and
hips.
and
and
cocky.
yeah. So
Speaking
you can
of
see that. And
3
then can I
feet,
just
did you know
finish
that
my
Ginger
thing?
Minj is
please?
5'4"? Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And she is younger than you. So get into that. No, she's my age. She's 5'4" in my age.
Okay, get back into it. So the curtain goes here. And it stops
Yes,
up
which everyone
at the
can
lap.
fully see because you're
Oh, sorry, I'm
because you're
seated.
backlit.
I'm seated and I'm putting my hands at my belly, being like the curtain stops here.
Yeah, so the curtain stops there, and then the person doing the dick sucking gets to have full access to the crotch without dealing with the face.
Can I tell you, I don't really love a seated blowjob.
You wanna
Standing
be-
or laying down.
Laying down is the worst. Never ask me to suck your dick when you're laying down. I just can't find the angle.
Well, the angle is you gotta sit on their face, but you're.
I'm not
into
trying
that.
to do all that.
So you would rather standing up, you on your knees,
Me on my knees, you standing. Me on my knees, you on the couch. Kick back on the couch.
one leg up on the sofa, 1 foot down.
Either.
Spread them out.
Whatever you want. Spread that. I want to feel the heat from the undercarriage. So I want to message him that.
Good.
And then I'm also thinking I could message it and say, and you don't even need to rig up the sheet. let's do it like Halloween. Just be a ghost. Just put a sheet over your head and sit there and let me suck your dick.
Have you ever been interested in wearing a sheet like a ghost? For a
Because-
spooky blowjob.
Because this sounds so fucked up, but I'm like, everything checks, and then there's like a face pick on Sniffies, and I'm just not interested. But we've all been there. I'm that
During
for
the
many
break,
people.
I would like to see this person's face because I need to know what we're actually dealing with.
I think you'll be like, you're correct.
Great. Well, we'll talk about it on the break. Now, have you been up to anything sexual up there? You've been there for a while. We had the
Yes.
discussion of no one being super horny. But what
That
have you
has
been
changed. It's an awesome. I thought you didn't want to talk about sex so much with me. I was going to ask you about your
I
party
literally
fat sluts.
never said that I don't want to talk about sex with you. I said that I think you might be a sex addict. Go on.
A sex artist.
Yes, it's sex artistry.
I don't know what they were doing at the Sex Artist Academy that day.
But for me,
No, I mean it changes. Like this is a weekend destination. A lot of people from the city come up and they're here like Thursday through Sunday. So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is like dark. Like nothing is going on. It is quiet. A lot of the stores are closed. And then it's like it's a whole new population of people show up over the weekend. Now, I am reflecting back in my own story that I just pitched someone cover their face. I had a man invite me over and he said, "Here's this. I'll wear a blindfold. You come in the house and suck me off."
yep, that happened to me.
I'm realizing now he didn't want to see me.
He didn't want to see it. He just wanted to blow, which sometimes is
He was giving me
hot.
the old the old Val Cherish.
Oh,
I don't want to
Valerie's-
see
I don't
that.
want to see that. Some guy did that. He goes, "Send me pics," and I sent him a bunch of pictures of myself, and he goes, "I'm gonna have to wear a blindfold, but you can still suck me off."
I'm gonna have to wear a blindfold.
Like you don't have to. You're opting to, my friend.
Well, for him, my guy,
better
for
not-
him,
You
he's
better
gonna
not lower
have
that
to.
camera down again.
What's wrong? I'm trying to find the man who. Can you tell me about Fat Slut? How was it?
It was a good one. It was a pretty regular one. You know, we didn't have any crazy guest judges. It was actually
Your voice is going a little high, like you're lying. It was good. It was good. It was good.
Oh, sorry. I just have been talking about it all morning because next month is going to be the 2-year anniversary, and we're doing Fat Slut All Stars. So it's going to be a series of winners all competing throughout the evening
For real?
to win. Yeah, and I think it's going to be insane because two of the winners are. It's going to be, I think, Chrissy and possibly Brady, who are like the most insane people on stage. But yeah, last night was great. I had a wonderful time. Crystal is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
I get nervous around her. She's so cool. You know what I mean?
I was so surprised how cool and chill she was when she did the podcast, and that she
Yeah.
like came and just got fully beat and wore a corset and sat there looking gorgeous, and then was like so lovely to talk to.
And like interesting to talk to. And like I feel like I still don't know everything about them. Like
Of course.
I wanna hang out with them, but she's just so cool. She did that grinder number where she was like throwing the sparks in the air. Sparks. What was that song? Was that a Hillary Duff song?
Jordan.
Sparks. Jordan Sparks. Jordan Sparks is a singer
She was in that movie. Oh my god, about
from
the girl
Justin
group.
and Kelly.
Nope. That's
That was
Justin
Kelly Clarkson.
Guarini and Kelly
And Justin
Clarkson.
Guarini, who is now Dr. Pepper and on Broadway.
Well, he's not Dr. Pepper.
He's not the doc?
Well, I don't think that character is a doctor. I think that character
Well,
is
then why
like
would he
a-
be? I thought he was the Dr. Pepper. I thought
No,
the thing
he's-
about Dr. Pepper was
he's
like he
the
had a
spice.
doctorate in rock and roll.
Oh.
And that's why he was doing that. Because
You may have got
it's-
me there, gal. You may have got me there.
It's like Mr. McDonald is Ronald McDonald. That's named after he is the Donald.
yes.
Wendy's is Wendy.
J-
Arby's has the beef.
Dave Thomas's daughter is Wendy, and he made that for her.
Remember when she did some of the commercials?
Yeah, but what a
It was
confusing
like
thing to
early
be like,
2000s.
I'm Dave Thomas.
Wendy.
Welcome to Wendy's. And you're like, why isn't it just Wendy doing it?
Well, she was too young. Maybe she didn't have the star power.
But Dave Thomas did? I'm mad I know that man's name.
Yeah, it's wild. You've said it 3 times. It's
What was the girl group movie that Jordan Sparks was in? It was like in the 60s. It was kind of like a new-ish and less dramatic version of Dreamgirls. You Googling?
I'm looking it up. I'm Googling.
Because I remember it's
Sparkle.
Sparkle. I was going to say Glitter. It's not called Glitter.
No, it's not Glitter because that's the one that made Mariah Carey go. You know, I don't want to hear me talk about 9/11. Okay. Because Glitter came out on 9/11. Hogged up! I'm seeing pictures, and what I'm seeing is a two-hander, and thick as hell. Now, he does have calf tattoos, which gives me fag energy. Small balls, but still a large, hefty cock. Now, do old men's cocks get bigger with... Oh, my God, that thing is huge. Where'd you put it?
Are you ready for face?
Hair, body, face.
Put a sheet on it.
You know what, though? Our buddy's wearing a good old set of transition lenses, and you gotta respect him for that.
But that's what I mean. I'm like, that's so... If you were at a bookstore and put that through the little, the GH...
I don't know if it would fit.
I would hobnobble. You know what I mean?
Hob and nobble and gobble and chorble.
Chorble. Oh, you changed the vowel sound. Good for you.
Yeah, baby. I know how to write.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
No, I'm fine. I'm high.
You're high?
And where... Yeah.
We all have days when we want to eat well, but just don't have the time or the energy to plan, shop, and cook.
That's exactly where Factor comes in. They deliver fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs right to your door.
With Factor, you can stay on track with your nutrition goals, whether that's high protein, balanced meals, or overall wellness, without any extra effort.
The meals are fresh, never frozen, and ready in just 2 minutes, which makes it easy to fit into your routine.
You know, I love coming home after a long day and having a tasty and filling Factor meal. It's waiting for me, and I don't have to worry about shopping. It's quick and easy, and one less thing I need to think about when I get home.
You know, I'm feral for fish right now, and I always get my fix with Factor. I recently had their scampi-styled shrimp and salmon, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint.
So get Factor today and start enjoying delicious and nutritious meals.
Head to factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50 off and use code sloppyseconds50 off to get 50% off and free daily greens per box with new subscription only, while supplies last until September 27th, 26. See website for more details.
That's factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50, like the number, off. Sloppy Seconds 50 off. Weight Loss by Hims is here to help you reach your goals.
Hims now offers access to an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications that are designed to support you in losing the weight and keeping it off, including the Wegovy pill and the Wegovy pen.
GLP-1s help regulate your appetite and eat less.
With Wegovy at Hims, lose up to 20% or more of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise.
And no needles needed. Wegovy is the first ever GLP-1 pill for weight loss.
And through Hims, you can just go online where you'll connect with a licensed provider who will determine if the treatment is right for you.
No insurance necessary either, and if prescribed, your medication is delivered right to your door.
Ready to reach your goals? Visit hims.com/sloppyseconds to get a personalized, affordable plan that gets you.
That's HIMS.com/sloppyseconds.
hims.com/sloppyseconds.
Weight Loss by Hims is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk AS.
To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit hims.com.
You know, lately I have been trying to keep my wardrobe simple. I want pieces that are comfortable, but they still feel like put together like an outfit, and that's why I'm always reaching for my Quince items.
The fabric feels elevated, the fits are clean, and Quince makes getting dressed so easy.
Quince has all the staples for spring, like 100% European linen shirts and shorts starting at just $34.
They're lightweight and breathable, but still look polished. I have a bunch of their Pima cotton tees, and they're super soft and easy to wear and very breathable for the summer, for the sweaty body.
I just rediscovered this pair of linen shorts that I have that are so comfortable from Quince. You know when like something gets buried accidentally? I pulled these out and I was like, what have I been doing? Not wearing these!
And the linen doesn't wrinkle.
Period.
Plus, everything is priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands because Quince works directly with ethical factories and cuts out the middleman.
Refresh your everyday with luxury you'll actually use.
Go to quince.com/sloppy for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada, too.
That's QUINCE.com/sloppy for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/sloppy.
Get yourself some Pima cotton!
Quince.
Quince. At Quince.
If you love to shop, listen up! Have you heard of Rakuten?
With Rakuten, you get cash back and rewards on almost everything you buy. Just from shopping.
Exactly. Clothes, athletic wear, pet supplies. I'm talking about Gap, Adidas, and even Petco.
So I can buy a look, get new shoes, snag the cat some cute toys, and get cash back.
That's right. And you can even stack those rewards on top of sales and coupons.
That's cool.
It is cool.
But how does it work?
Well, partner stores pay Rakuten to send them shoppers, and then Rakuten passes on some of that money to the members.
Rakuten is really doing the most, huh? Love it.
Yeah, in the best possible way. Plus, Rakuten has 17 million members who are already saving. So, you can become one of them today.
Join for free at Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app to start saving money now.
That's Rakuten.com or download the Rakuten app today.
And get yourself some Rakuten.
I'd like you to walk me through the looks that you wore in drag last night. Because one of them, the hairline was real far back on your head. You were giving Vander Van Odds?
You're talking about the black wig. That wig was so heavy on the back of that head thing. That head thing is super tight. But then as the night was going on, I could feel it moving. And I was like, I should have super glued the point to my forehead or something.
The widow's peak, honey.
The widow's peak of that thing. But yeah, that was a fun wig. And kept moving. And the other wig was a new Fina one. But that corset was the one that I wore at Drag Queen of the Year as my intro look. And it didn't fit back then. And now it's too big.
You're skinny, honey.
I didn't realize it until last night. But I also hadn't been doing drag. Had to shave the beard. A lot of people on Instagram upset about that one.
Well, let me tell you. We received a text to our phone number. This text is in all capitals. It says, I'm texting because I just saw Meatball's selfie on Insta where he gonna shave his beard. And I just want to say, wow, 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 wow. You're like super hot, Meatball. I'm wet.
Thank you. I've known it this whole time. No, I didn't. It's because it's when I lost weight, everyone started getting horny at me online.
Isn't that the worst?
Which makes me feel so bad about myself. But you know who handled that very well was Darby and Alexis were like, you look very different. What's going on? And like, it wasn't like oh, you look skinny. Good for you. It was like, what changes have you made? Like, it was just like a nice way of being like, we noticed there's a difference. And then I was like, I got the pancreatitis. And then I had to explain that.
Yeah, I mean, and Darby famously hates fat people. So the way that she talks around us is like a challenge. I think she learned from that.
Her and Alexis did the Hocus Pocus. What is that song in Hocus Pocus? The first one. I've never seen the second one.
The Monster Mash?
No. It's like, it ends with like, now you're I put a spell on you. They did that, but they were it was very funny because Alexis walked out and sang all the main parts.
Live?
And then Darby ran out once she was done with the song because it's a short song and was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I missed it. What's going on? We got to do it. And Alexis was like, well, I already did my part. So she left. So then Darby just did all the backing vocals on stage alone, and it just was like hitting the poses like she was a backup dancer, but alone. It was so funny. And some people in the audience did not get it, which was so upsetting.
Well, that's a challenge at a nightclub. That's more of a listen. I know they occasionally listen. They're busy, making 1,000 podcasts a week, just like us. I'm going to be slightly critical here. Sometimes their humor, Darby's a very delicate delivery. Don't you find the way she speaks and how she moves her hands very delicate? It's very soft.
I like that you got your little pinky up and you're pointing and poking.
It's very skinny.
person. I don't know.
core.
I
feel like that would play
her jokes,
at a brunch or at a cabaret.
Yeah, or like a gay ass podcast or something, like where it's like a seated show,
right? And if that's that, sometimes you just got to give them the old wham bam pussy slam. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because they begin drunk. So that is
wasted.
Part of the story. I'm going to tell you some excerpts of a story that happened to me.
Why don't you just tell us the whole story, and I'll sit here and smoke a little bit.
No, I need you to participate.
Okay.
So when I was in Provincetown for Bear Week, I bumped into some guy who I thought he was cute. So obviously I was like, hello, sir. Some gay guy, some gay man. I was like, hello, sir. But he was like, we've met before. And I was like, we have met before in the Hudson Valley. And years ago, him and his husband had seen me perform up here when I was here for a gig. Yeah. Shockingly, they were like, oh, cool. You seem nice as well as talented. Look at that. Kelly, can you handle it? That's wild. And so I told him, I said, listen, I'm going to be up there for a while. We should hang out. And initially, we had made a lot of plans to hang out, but then we had to sort of COVID bubble, which this week has gotten a little more lax because the opera opened and I don't interact with any of the singers anymore. And when I am in the building, I wear a mask the whole time. So now I can sort of do anything I want outside of the rehearsals. Before it was like a little more contact. So I was like, opening night, now we can hang out. And he was like,
party!
He was like, we have a hot tub. We're a destination. People come here. They spend time for the weekend. We have all these extra guest rooms. You should come. It's like clothing optional. You can hang out. And I was like, oh, are you inviting me to a sex party? He was like, not at all. He was like, sometimes sex happens, but for the most part, it's just purely social. We just like to have a safe place for people to like do whatever they want if they want to do it.
Okay.
And so I was like, that sounds intriguing.
A house for wayward, horny boys.
I'll go to that. But the way that it lined up, I went after this is so classic me. Instead of doing the opening night, enjoying the party, and then going to bed, I was like, I'll show up to this house at 12:30 at night in the country.
Dipper, why do you make these choices?
And he had said, we're going to go, we stay up late. Don't worry about it. That's perfect time to arrive. So I arrived and like the house was bustling. There were tons of people there. There were a bunch of people in the hot tub. They had a whole dining room table full of food. There was a conversation in the living room. There was tons going on. I was like, man, I'm sweaty from working the opening. He was like, here, take a shower. Here, have a robe. Hang out. Other people were in robes and, like it was very social.
It sounds like a cult, and I would not.
Then I sat down, and I started big yawning, falling asleep. And I was like, oh, God, what am I going to do? I'm so tired. Do I drive home in the country road late at night, or do I, like, take a little power nap? So I ended up taking a nap. And,
oh, my God, you're the worst.
And he, like, set up the couch for me to sleep on, and I took a nap, and then at 3:30 in the morning, I drove home. And I felt bad because I, like, showed up, and I was, like, so tired, and I couldn't really socialize. And he was like, thank you so much for coming. It was great to have you here. I'm sorry you were too tired to hang out.
I would be embarrassed.
And I didn't know what to do because I was like, I should just leave because I'm too tired. But I was like,
showered, and then took a nap at their party.
In the living room, in the couch.
And everyone's going to be like, isn't that rapper guy? Yeah, that gay guy who raps.
So,
Someone just walked behind the screen like a fucking haunting.
I'm in a facility full of people. There's a dance concert about to happen in an hour upstairs.
A dance concert.
That's right. So, but I would be interested to go back and hang out, like,
I don't think they're ever gonna have you back.
I know. I feel like that was such a classic me and also very embarrassing me behavior. Like, I should have just gone to bed. I should have just driven back to where I'm staying and gone to bed.
Yeah. Well, you saying that they said that everyone was going to be up super late, I probably would have shown up hella fucking late too.
I had
but
I
then
also
would
had
have,
the
like, gauged it
expectation of
and-
the energy. I was like, I'll be able to do 90 minutes or 2 hours of this and then drive home. And I just couldn't when I got there.
Especially after, like, yeah, you basically did your nighttime routine. Like, you took a shower and, like, I always.
And part
I
of the
felt
reason
that
I
way
didn't
when we
sleep
were
the
in New
whole
York.
night is because I didn't have my mouth guard. I was like, gotta go home. I didn't bring my mouth guard. Tell me about New York.
Have they said anything? That iced coffee looks so good. I'm going to go get one.
He texted me this morning.
Said, this was last night?
Yeah.
Oh, you mess. What did you say?
We texted a lot.
If you don't believe, you better get it. Well, as long as he's
I
like
said, thanks
normal,
for
he's
having me
texting you
over.
normal.
I had to leave and come back to where I'm staying to do work this morning. Sorry I was so exhausted. I was hoping to have more energy. He said, not all the nights are as crazy as last night. It was fun to see you. We should talk more, but I knew you were tired. And he said, we were up until 5. So I guess they go hard. I don't know.
They go hard. Could never be me. I'm so old now. I go straight to bed. But in New York, after we did the live show, I went showered. After filming all day, even after that guest canceled on us. Some of you are guessing the wrong person. And then filming and then doing the live show, I went and took a shower and then immediately went out to like party because that was like my last night.
Yeah. Sometimes I mean, like I honestly think I could have lasted a couple more hours if I was like sort of on the same wavelength as those guys, but it was so I couldn't. That whole party, to be honest, that whole party felt like double dutch, and I couldn't quite get in to get my jump. Like I just kept trying and trying and trying, and I couldn't quite catch the rhythm. So then I just opted to fall asleep in a chair.
You sure did. That's so wild to me because I can sleep I can sleep anywhere, but I cannot sleep at a party full of strangers.
Yeah, it was wild.
I'm a thrasher. Did you know that Ginger Minj is Irish and Puerto Rican?
Are you reading her book?
I ordered it, but no, I just want to give a shout out and a spotlight. Bow, 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 bow. Welcome to Meatball Spotlight. This week, my spotlight is on drag queen Ginger Minj. I think she's underrated. She's an incredible talent. She's on that tour with all the other girls. You know the one.
What do you mean you think she's underrated? She has a fucking book deal.
Yeah, but I just don't think that she comes up in the conversation enough. I think that people kind of forget that she was like an iconic queen on her first run, and then on All Stars she gave us the Toad outfit.
Is it because of her height and her waist?
Oh yeah.
You think there's some fat phobia going on?
Yeah.
They're all like Violet, got Mick.
Yeah.
Shay. Monet's a skinny girl now.
She's skinny now. She got that. Because I heard that she had.
You have never heard a fact about Monet in your life. All you have ever heard is lies. And you know where you've heard them from? The ideas in your head where you come up with them and then you say them out loud.
I say them out loud and then she gets mad and then I love it. She'll never judge fat slut again. She's on Ozempic. I heard that from a guy in my head one time. She's on Ozempic and she got a BBL.
I have a bunch of people whose names I want to put in the chat who I'm convinced are on Ozempic.
I'll say one right now. Well, you've already said their name. Ah!
That's cool.
Don't you think?
You were so eager to interrupt me about so many things while I was trying to tell my story. Now I'm giving you plenty of space to talk, and you're not doing any much.
I was giving my Ginger Minj. And I wasn't interrupting you during your story. You said you wanted me to interact, so I did. And also, that's embarrassing. I don't know.
You should be embarrassed.
Sometimes I'm like, I get that you were like, was that your only night to do it? Or was there like,
yes,
coming
he
up,
said
you have a couple nights?
Fridays. He was
So
like
it's just
Fridays.
Fridays.
And I asked about next week, and he said, no one is coming. We're not doing it. And I was like, okay, well, that's opening night. Like he sort of really was encouraging about this Friday.
That made it, yes. Because when you said it was like a destination, I was like, oh, they must do this like all weekend or something. But
well, he
no.
says it was also like the first time I was around a group of people who like are not tapped into anything in the entertainment industry. And so they referred to Drag Race as RuPaul, which is so funny. It was like, on Fridays we watch RuPaul and then we go in the hot tub. And I was like, yes, I'm getting some good old upstate country ass gay shit.
I love that. I love a country gay.
Yeah. I mean, they're all from the city, but they have a house in the country. You know what I mean?
When are you going to buy a house?
My friend texted me a house up here I could buy for $750,000.
I bet it's like 2 stories, huh?
Yeah, with a 2-car garage, brand new construction. But it's in Hudson with actual winter. Do you know how many people live in Hudson, New York?
Oh, like 2,000.
6.
6,000. That's a lot.
But at one point,
Well, no, that's not a lot. Sorry.
At one point, Hudson had 25,000 people living in it with the exact same
infrastructure,
footprint,
footprint,
and same number of buildings. Just so many of the buildings now are like Airbnb, and so they don't have permanent residents, or they have one owner, and they formerly were like a 7-person family living in that house. And a lot of the houses were like boarding houses, and people used the train a lot more. And so there was a time years and years ago when there was 25,000 people living in this town.
That's insane. That it just dropped down to so little. Also, speaking about Airbnb, I am trying to get this Airbnb. Well, I've already reserved it and paid for it, but in Joshua Tree.
Oh yeah,
for the Orville Peck show. No, because this bitch is crazy. There's a limit of guests that we can have, and I've asked if I can add one person, and they'll sleep on the sofa, and they were like, no. It's also, I didn't realize that all of the Airbnbs in Joshua Tree and in Palm Springs are all run by like management companies. You're not talking to the person that actually owns the property.
Not all of them, but most of them. And the rules are really strict. To get a license,
crazy.
To get a license to rent your house on Airbnb in Palm Springs, there's a limit to how many rentals you can do annually. So they basically turn down short-term rentals because they can only rent a certain number of times throughout the year. So they're looking for days like 3 to 5 days. Like they don't want to do like single nights. And you can't play amplified music in Palm Springs after 10 o'clock.
No, this thing had a lot. Yeah, I had to like read this rule book. I had to send them pictures of everybody that's staying there. It's like 3 people.
Pictures?
Everybody that's staying there. We had to send them pictures of our IDs.
Two-hander
which
hog
I've never
pictures,
ever
like
done.
On Sniffy?
Two-hander wear a ghost mask, baby. I think you could get that guy into a mask. That hog, unfortunately,
it's worth
worth
it.
it. Yeah.
I know. All right, let's take a break.
And?
It seemed like I was going to say more, but
yeah.
What to say?
All right, let's take a break. And we're back.
So tell me about Tell me about the Orville gig.
For the November 10th, 11th, and 12th, Orville will be having his famous Orville Peck's rodeo full of stars such as Dale Hollow, Trixie Mattel, and Orville Peck, and many, many more. On Saturday and Sunday, the 11th and 12th, Pinche and I will be hosting a brunch inside at Mommy and Poppy Seeds Pappy's and Smappy's. It's the only restaurant there.
I'm so glad you really know what the fuck is going on with your gig.
I'm getting paid a lot. Now, it's at Pappy and Harriet. Harriet and Pappy. Pappy and Harriet. It is the only restaurant there, and it's where the concert is also. But inside in the morning.
Smurf.
You dumb faggot. Smurfs. Now, me and PJ will be hosting a brunch on Saturday and Sunday morning. On Friday night, I believe House of Avalon is throwing an after party for the first night of the concert. And on Saturday night, Pegasus will be throwing the after party, or I believe that's just the name of the party. I don't really know. And it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be music all day. Please come out. We're talking, this is rent you an Airbnb and come hang out all weekend. Now, Friday and Saturday are both sold out, so you can't come. But Sunday is still for sale, so get a ticky.
Is Pinche going to paint the town red?
She fell asleep on my sofa covered in red paint.
What?
She fell asleep atop my sofa covered in red paint.
But you put a sheet down.
I came down. It was 6 a.m. You know, I don't like to. I'm not. She was here living her life. I wasn't like, we had to do everything together. So I left the bar early, and she had to find her way home. But she fell asleep. I came down at 6 a.m. going, PJ, clapping at her like a dog, being like, get off the sofa. Go upstairs. And I was like, you don't have to shower, but just like, I put a blanket on the bed, and I was like, just sleep on top of this. And she was like, I'm going to sleep on the floor. I was like,
does your couch have red paint stains on it?
No, luckily, just the pillow got fucked. But the sofa, Mia did the makeup.
Story of my teenage years, you know what I mean?
You ever fuck a pillow?
I've done some light humping in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I used to grind on a stuffed animal.
Baby, grind on
me. A stuffed animal named Ginger. Oh my God.
Really?
That brings us back to Ginger Minj. It really was. It was named after my aunt and uncle's dog that bit me, whose name was Ginger. And my mom was like, why would you name it after the dog that bit you and not the other one? And I was like, because that one I remember.
You said, because baby, I love some internal trauma and I'm about to fuck it.
And every time I said I fucked that dog.
One of my
Did you know that she started drag because she needed to raise money, and when she was going to do her first pageant, she was working at Sleuth's Mystery Diner, and the owner offered a sponsorship, but she had to use the name Ginger Minj as a nod to the company. Did you know that? Sleuth's Mystery Dinner. What does that have to do with Ginger Minj?
Sounds like a dinner theater, a murder mystery dinner theater, but what's about Ginger Minj? Maybe it was a character in the murder mystery dinner
Must
theater?
have been a character.
Must have been. My go-to stuffed animal when I was a child was corporate. I'm a corporate doll, honey, capitalist at heart. It was the Snuggie bear, the Snuggles bear.
Oh, I had one of those. They were like
fabric
soft
softener.
and fuzzy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I bet
and
that
I
felt
used
good hump on.
to suck on his nose. You know what I mean? And then I had a stuffed pterodactyl, and I used to suck on his nose.
Oh, the nose. So you just kind of grew into that. Now, why do you know why you were sucking it? Not like trauma related, just like did you like the sensation of like the wet fabric in your mouth?
Well, and then as a kid, this is gross, I used to chew and suck on my t-shirt collar. I was that kid.
Okay, I knew that kid. He often smelled like pee as well.
I don't believe I smelled like pee, but we all know that in middle school I did smell like mildew because my mom would not move the clothes to the dryer fast enough. Trauma.
That's trauma. But now you don't smell like anything, which I think is like actually more of something you should be proud of.
It's a victory, honey.
Yeah. Because now you got no scent. Now you did mention in our text that you want to talk about it wouldn't be us unless we were talking about something 5 months after it happened, but the Folsom.
I want to talk about Folsom a little bit. We sort of teased it at the end of an episode a while ago, but there was the photo that was making the rounds.
Ugh.
Of a certain person who wrote scat pig on their back in human shit, and they are a scat pig. They're into scat play and shit, and the discourse around this was that he did this in order to have like a public commentary out in the world on consent, because the idea of he is a person that people would like come up to and immediately hug and touch on his body without his consent. And so he was like, well, if you're going to touch me without asking first, you're going to walk away covered in shit. And there was a bigger conversation, especially this year at Folsom, you know, I think around the idea of like looky-loos, because a lot of people feel like if they are attending Folsom, then they not only have the consent to film everybody who's out in the streets doing whatever, to post whatever they want, as well as if there's a person like blindfolded, you know, and their hands tied behind their back, like and they're out on the street and their dick's kind of hard, like, does that give you consent to like walk up and touch them? Maybe they have a sign around their neck that says like, you know, anybody's welcome to touch me. I'm a street whore or something like that. But like just the being in a space, and we talk about this a lot with our phone calls, and we just had one last week where it was like the guy was sucking 3 people off and then a 4th showed up and they were all at the same sex party, but where does the consent lie? I just wanted to bring this up and chat with you about it.
I mean, it would be impossible, but I do think it is kind of wrong for people to film what other people are doing.
I agree.
Unless it's like explicitly one of the stage shows, which they put on performances and like they have pieces where it's like meant for consumption that way.
Yeah, I want
to film it
there
and do that. We should get a booth at Folsom and just like stand there and be like, bring your dicks out. We should share the booth with Double Scorpio.
We should do a live podcast
at Folsom, walking around.
Well, no, we should be at the booth so people can walk in and we don't film people in the background.
Okay.
And we're just there. And because then we'll play into our conversation here and honor our, you know,
I meant walk around not on camera, just like
sure.
people as we were doing it. But yes, no. Yeah, I don't think people should be filming that. And if you do film it, like just don't. But like, don't make it public because like you don't know what This kind of goes hand in hand with recently someone was messaging Precinct to be like, take down these pictures. My family doesn't know I'm gay. But it's like the guy wasn't tagged in them. He was in a gay bar where that there's like photographers, and he was dancing in the middle of the dance floor. Right. But that's different because you're like in a gay bar. This isn't like Folsom where it's like adult activity and you're on the street.
Yeah, and it's really challenging now because like literally everything has surveillance. There's camera footage everywhere. You've seen the thing on Twitter where like there was like this AI where you could take a photo from Instagram. I'm sure I've talked about this before, and upload it into the AI server, and it searches all the publicly funded surveillance cameras, and then it finds footage of that photo being taken.
No.
Like if you were to take a photo at the intersection, like the big rainbow flag intersection in West Hollywood, there's traffic cameras and security cameras and whatever, and it could find you the footage of you taking that photo.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Everything is being surveilled. I completely agree. My only sort of like bump, what do they say? My only rub with
that makes me want ribs with like a dry rub.
You're gonna get an iced coffee. You're gonna get some dry rub ribs.
Maybe you can catch me a Lazy Acres. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Ooh, some coleslaw. I just want rib tips, so I don't have to eat them off the bone.
Okay, finish up what you were saying about Folsom.
My rub with about food.
No.
My rub with consent is I haven't quite figured out how to smoothly integrate it into sexual play. And something that I love and something that we talked about with Ray Dalton is the the power of no or the fear of rejection. And when you're cruising someone and you sort of feel the vibe and give each other a nod and then walk over to them and they say no, like there's so much fear that that's going to happen and so much self-worth tied up into like that rejection. But then you just move on to the next one. And with consent, you don't have that excitement because you're not playing the game. You're saying like, do you want to fuck and what are you interested in? Like, do I have consent to hit on you or touch you or talk to you?
Yes.
And so I like the more organic feeling it out vibe. That's my only rub, but I think I'll get over that the more I weave consent talk into sexual,
Now, I would like to go back to
proclivities.
where we started with, where he was covered in shit because that's his kink.
Oh, sure.
And then he spun it. Because in my mind, I mean, I could be just completely making this up, but I think that like he maybe started seeing that there was backlash against like that weird behavior.
Because
and
it
then
kind of
was
feels like he's putting his shit on other people without
Yeah,
consent. Because imagine
exactly,
him
that's what he's
just
doing.
walking by and smelling like shit, and then you
And
smell
then
like
like,
shit.
or maybe, I mean, it's
Or bumps
fulsome, it's
into you
pretty crowded.
accidentally.
Crowded, yeah. If I bumped into you, I would be disgusted by you because of that. So it's like I'm not giving you the consent to fucking rub your shit on me. But I think that maybe he spun it and said that's why he did it, was so that no one would touch him. But actually, he was just trying to just be covered in shit.
Some people like that. Some people want that dookie
I know,
smell.
Mother Teresa loves it.
Well, cool. Thanks for letting us talk about that, Meatball. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. Should we do some phone calls?
Yeah, I have an update first. It's a textual update. I'd love to read it to you.
Okay, yes.
Hey babies, I am the late in life lesbian panic caller from a few months ago that was terrified about coming out to my husband of 20 years. You both gave me the advice to just talk to him, and it's turned out literally the best case scenario. My lady friend and him get along so well, and it's become pretty apparent that I'm bi, and I was just panicking about liking vag. My husband is totally okay with me having a girl fuck buddy. His boundaries are smart, sensible, and 100% okay with me and my lady friend. So now I'm just having the usual baby gay panic. What is that word? About? Oh, about. So now I'm just having the usual baby gay panic about whether or not I'll be able to make her come. But she's totally patient and down for me to learn. Thoughts?
I love that. That's perfect. See? Communication really is what makes the relationship work, babies.
Honey, that's what makes the doves cry. The one thing that I noticed, not to be too critical, I'm curious how your husband would feel. Like, are you guys poly? Or just because you've made a realization that you're bi, you're allowed to have a fuck buddy? Because I'm curious how your husband would feel if you were trying to have a fuck buddy who is a man. Because you write, he's 100% okay with my fuck buddy that's a girl.
Yeah, I'm sure he probably doesn't want her fucking other men.
So then the question is your husband just giving you the runway and the space to explore your queer identity?
Yeah.
Or are you guys beginning to be poly and your husband's going to find a girlfriend? Ooh, ooh!
Oh, yeah. What if he decides that he wants to go try a different lady?
Yeah,
Well,
you got to be okay with
they're
that.
going to have to communicate through it. I mean, they don't have to be okay with it, but it would be
Right.
nice if they were okay with it for the sake of his happiness. But maybe he's not. Maybe he doesn't want that. Maybe he's happy with just her. Maybe he wants a monogamous straight relationship, but she's okay to be a little dykey sometimes.
Dikey on a side. Okay, I have 11 voicemails. We're not going to play them all, but I'm going to let you choose the numbers.
Okay. Ooh, this is a hard one. Okay. 7.
Okay. The area code is 3 numbers.
713.
No, I'm just kidding. No, 7 is fine. Can you imagine if I guess the phone number?
212 832.
Okay, this is number 7. Also, you have no idea if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Oh well. We did get a lot of voicemails. We might need to just do a voicemail episode. No chit chat next time.
Well, we always do. Here we go.
Hey guys, my name's Matt, and I have kind of a sex story. So I had met this guy on the apps, and we were gonna do a little, we were gonna do a little dom sub play. I was the sub, and it was that thing where it's like you're gonna like text back and forth, like before you meet up, like like show me your underwear and shit like that. You know what I mean? So we had been planning to meet up later in the week. This was, earlier, and I was at work, and he was like, like you're at work, like, you have no limits, like, what, I want you to send me something. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, like, I'll go in the bathroom and, I don't know, get naked, whatever. But he says, he goes, piss yourself at your desk. Throw all your clothes and everything. Let everyone see. And I was just like, oh, I guess I do have limits. And then he blocked me. That's my story. I don't think it would have been worth it. Thanks.
Thanks for calling in, Matt.
Thank you for letting us know. That is wild.
That kind of
when
consequences
does the kink go
at
too
your
far?
job.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, when does the kink go too far that it's like kind of impeding on your human life? You look like Jesus right now because of the way the sun is coming in behind you. Your people don't believe in him. I think that's a kink that's gone too far, and I think that you did the right thing.
Yeah.
Well, you probably would have pissed yourself. You probably would have sat at that desk like a dirty little boy.
No. I'd be like, yeah, text me what you want. And he's like, I want you to stay up really late and then show up to a party that you're too tired to attend to. Then I want you to take a shower, use their soap, brush your teeth, use their toothpaste, dry off, put on a bathrobe. Then I want you to yawn your way through a bunch of conversations, not make any friends, and then fall asleep on their couch.
And then be mean to a bunch of guys in a hot tub.
Jesus Christ. I didn't tell you the worst part.
Oh, God, there's more. Go.
After I got introduced to everyone was just like, hello, hello, hello. And it all felt like first time meeting.
And you said, you guys want to see me do a number?
Then later, when I went back out there trying to, again, just see if there was extra room for me to get in the hot tub because it was so full I didn't want to get in. One of them says, hey, grab my phone. And he gets the phone, and then he puts on my music on the Bluetooth speaker.
Oh, no.
And I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, what? It's a great song. I was like, you're playing games.
You want to get into my head.
You're playing games with me, sir.
I think that he was just trying to be like, here's a conversation starter for everyone. This is him rapping this song. Everyone thoughts?
No, he gave me some eyes. He knew what he was up to.
That's so shady.
Yeah, it felt weird. It felt weird.
Is this that thing
What?
when you move to a big city and then you go, oh no, because they're all big city gays. So no, it's not that. It's like, I remember when I first moved to New York and then I came back and like saw my friends and I felt different and they felt different about me and they would constantly be like, what, they don't have that in New York? And I'd be like, no, it's just different. Like, we just don't have, like, normal grocery stores. So it's cool to be in, like, a normal grocery store. Like,
they're all
like
like,
that.
oh, so you think you're better than us? And you're like,
yeah.
well,
And, like,
my
a couple
Ioniq 5 is the upgraded version. I do have the upgraded rims. And I do have the moonroof.
I don't have the upgraded rims.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. The insides of my car are better than yours. And I have the moonroof.
Moon roof. What were you gonna say?
I was just going to say, I wouldn't have pissed myself at the office, but maybe if I wasn't at the office, I could lie and say that I was, and then I could piss myself and pretend like I was at the office and send you photos that make it seem like I'm at the office if I didn't mind pissing myself. Because here's the other thing is that sometimes that shit is just about the texting. It's not about the reality. I'm not a liar, and so
But this
I
guy
always
seemed like he wanted pics.
like to be honest about things. But sometimes if you just play into the fantasy and you're like, yeah, I did that thing, or yes, I'm hard right now, and you're like, I'm not hard. I'm in line at the fucking Ralph's trying to check out.
Yeah, that's always the weirdest when that's like you're just scrolling through, being like, "Yes, daddy, give me that cock."
Yeah,
At the Ralph's.
and then they're like, "Do you have your loyalty card?"
Your Ralph's rewards, and you set your phone down so they can read it, and you're like, "Hold on, it's in my wallet."
All right, give me another number. 1 through 11, not 7.
13. Okay. Do you hear that hammering?
Did
It's
you
Saturday.
hear what I said? I
No.
said 1 through 11, not 7, and you said 13. So I'll just go with 3.
Yeah.
Hi, fucks. It is once again Miss Thing giving shows down in Houston. I just thought I would call with the third and final installment of My Boyfriend Went to Beyonce
Okay,
with
we
a
have to
stranger.
not give this
So
person
first
any
of
more
all,
money.
I would like to say that I downloaded the Mom Plus app specifically because I saw that your episode title was Miss Thing giving shows. I gagged. Thank you so much. Huge honor.
Sir.
Also, I am not a drag queen in Houston, but I used to be, and my name was Miss Thing. So for this intent and purpose, I am now Miss Thing giving shows. Anyway, my boyfriend went to Beyonce. He forgot to buy me the T-shirt, and I lost my mind on him. Since then, he has been absolutely wonderful. We've been going to dinners. We've been going to movies. He's bought me presents. My birthday is next week, and he's going full out. So either he did cheat on me and is trying to make up for it, or he just feels really bad because he knows that it was really time for me. But now that I've opened that up, your listeners are probably going to be like, no, girl, he definitely cheated on you. But anyway, yeah, just want to let y'all know he forgot the T-shirt and then he felt bad. So now he's been making up for it in very big ways. So not all is lost. And, I also found out that he did know this person before. And, he said that they were a little, on the spectrum, which I guess is fine. Because, that was his, I don't know why he was like, I'll take you to the concert. Okay, well, this went downhill. But, I don't think my boyfriend's cheating on me. Bye!
And there, boom goes the dynamite. They knew each other before. That changes everything.
And no T-shirt?
And,
Which meant Miss Thing.
I'd be like, literally, kill yourself. We are done. You had one fucking job.
Which meant the whole night, Miss Thing, he wasn't thinking about you. He was thinking about Miss Girl. Who
Don't
got him
do
the
that!
ticket. He may be taking you out to nice dinners right now.
Yeah, he's love bombing you. He did some bad. No, he's not cheating on you.
Yeah, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
You're fine. Don't even think about it. And you know what?
Take a break.
You don't even have to think about them cheating on you until you find out that it happened. And that
Yeah.
might be years down the road. So
just
fine.
call in when that happens, and then you'll let us know.
And it'll be Miss Thing giving divorce. Okay.
We'll be right back.
And we're back. Okay, 3. No, we did 3? 3.
We
no.
just said 3.
1.
1. Singular sensation.
Hey, big booty bitches. Quick question. How do you douche? Like, seriously. I really want to get into bottoming more, but it seems like I always have poop in my colon, or I don't know. It's just, or I'll try to douche and stuff just keeps coming out and it's not clear. Like, what do I do, guys? I don't really want to change my diet either. I do eat a bunch of snacks and shit, but thanks. Bye.
Snacks? It's the snacks that are doing it.
It's definitely the snacks. Here's some you got to get yourself on a probiotic. You got to get yourself on fiber. That's gonna start from the loose stools that you got, up in you. Then only then, after you've had some
unless
solid
you're
shit, then start trying to douche. And then when you douche, only use about half the bowl. You don't need more water than that. You're only trying to clear out the small portion of your body from the anus up to where your intestine starts or whatever it is. So you don't need to like fully give yourself like a full douche, because all you're going to do is just keep hitting more poop.
Yeah, your colon is always going to be full unless you
big
like
booty bitches.
Oh. Your colon is always going to be full unless you like are fasting or you put water so far up inside you, you're doing the full cleanse douche. Like I know a lot of fisting bottoms who will do the full thing, but to just have fuck sex with a dick in the butt, you don't need to.
You don't need all that. You need I'd give yourself 30 to 45 minutes. Do maybe 6 or 7 passes, and if it's not clear after that, it's not happening. I think you need to get yourself on some fiber.
Psyllium husk,
Metamucil, what is it, Pure for Men. Like, there's all these options. And you start taking that because that's going to keep your shit nice and tight. Maybe get a probiotic. I love the little probiotic shots. AG1 has probiotics in it. You can really get it yourself. You got to start from the mouth. And then you can deal with your hole.
Started from the mouth, Dom, here. What's the next number you want me to play?
8.
Hey, bitches. I've got a question for y'all. Do y'all have any, like, icks? Because I went on a date with this guy one time, and he wanted to go stargazing, and on the way to go find somewhere to go stargazing to, like, go to a place that didn't have as much light pollution, he revealed to me that he was afraid of the dark, and I was like, okay, because he was a 21-year-old grown-ass adult, and it's like...
Those are not...
Oof. So, yeah, y'all got any icks? So, just curious. Goodbye.
Who isn't scared of the dark?
I know. I was just thinking, like, it is so dark out here. Like,
yeah.
It is so at nighttime, especially in this building. Like, we use the bottom floor at night for, like, the kitchen, and there's a couple rooms. But then upstairs is where the bathrooms are, and in this huge building. So we keep the lights off. So when I go up there, I turn on 2 lights on my, like, way to the bathroom. Mm-hmm. And then on the way back, I turn them off. And I literally... imagine the moment I flick the light off, like 3 scary figures staring in silhouette, like coming. Like I still imagine that. The darkness is a fearful and scary place.
Yeah, that reminds me of when I was doing theater in New York. One of our rehearsal spaces was like an old bank vault. I don't know why, but I was always the first person there, so I always had to go turn the light switch on. But there was no emergency lights or anything. You just had to walk down this dark flight of stairs into a room that had a still working vault door on it and find a light switch. And my biggest fear was that someone was going to come down and like lock me in there because I could never find the light. And this was before iPhones had little flashlights on the back.
Wow.
So I was just like out. Also, one time on a dark country road, I was with my friend Saxon and we were driving.
What a name.
Yeah, I know, Saxon Jones. And we were driving down this dark road in Nashville. There was nothing on either side of it. And I turned to him, because we were in a convertible Miata, and I turned to him and I said, you know, one of my biggest fears is like being trapped out in the dark like this. Like if there was no headlights or anything, I'd be freaking out right now. And he stopped the car in the middle of the road, turned the engine off, took the keys, got out of the car, and walked away.
Why?
And I started screaming. I was like, by the time he got back, I just started punching him so hard. Like I was like grabbing him and shaking him because I was like freaking out. And he couldn't, he was like, if you stop, I can start the car again. But I was like shaking him. And it was like so traumatic for me.
Why?
Because I told him that that was my biggest fear and he thought it would be funny. I think people think that I have a sense of humor and would laugh at something like that. But I did not.
Well, my ick is sort of, I have two icks. One is like you can't really put anything, you can't really describe it. It's just a feeling. Like, you know, when you don't click with a certain type of person.
Uh-huh.
I get that a lot. Like there are some people that the moment I meet them, I'm like, I'm uninterested in you as a person. I will never find you sexually interesting. You are not someone I want to listen to or be around with. You're boring to me, and that's a ick, and I am uninterested. It happens so fast to me.
I don't think I don't know if I really.
And my second one is like not being able to like understand your body in space. Like being with a person in public
Oh,
and they
yeah.
like are not paying attention enough to like move out of the way in a crowded bar or like slide 3 inches to the left because someone is clearly standing next to them. Like not being aware of yourself in the world is a huge ick to me.
Yeah. Okay, so I was at the Eagle the other night for Mr. Bear LA. Mr. Bear LA, the pageant, competition pageant.
Who
guy.
was he a
His
bear?
name- Yeah, I mean, they were all bears. Although I thought, hold on, I thought to be a bear you had to be hairy. Is it just chubbies?
It's very flexible now. The categories and
Because only one of them was
the
hairy.
different criteria.
The hairy one won.
It's all very flexible.
It's super flexible. So anyway, I was
Being a bear's on
and
the
there-
inside, Meatball.
Slay. Now, there was people, you know where that back bar is, and the only way in is through that very small doorway. There was a group of
Yes.
4 guys just standing in the doorway. Like, I walked up, and I looked at them, and they made eye contact with me, and I went, can I get through? And they looked at me, and they're like, yeah. But they were acting as though there was something preventing them from moving the fuck out of the way. And there wasn't. There was a bar that no one was at, and I was like, it's because you're standing in the doorway, no one can get back there. So then I just looked at them and I went, this is a doorway. Did you guys know that? And they like kind of like stared at me and then like moved over to a normal spot in the room, and then I walked straight to the bar and they just mean mugged me the whole time. And I don't understand it because I was like, yes, I was being rude because the 4 of you are standing in the doorway.
It's Mighty Morphin Punching time.
Remember that time that guy told me maybe we don't eat that pizza or some shit?
I was just gonna bring that up.
Because he was also in the way.
How did that conversation go? You said,
I can't even
"Excuse me."
remember it. I was like, excuse me, and they didn't really move. And I said, excuse me, you need to move over or some shit. So I like put my hand on his back and kind of like moved him while I also ate pizza with my other hand and squeezed through. And it was something along the lines of like, maybe you'd fit if you didn't eat that pizza or like something like that.
You know what I've been saying in public now? Where I
Shut
go
up.
like, "Can I squeeze through here?" or "Excuse me."
Excuse me doesn't work anymore.
Excuse me doesn't work. And then I'm going to squeeze past you is such a white person thing, but I say it all the time. I'm just going to squeeze past you. But this is what I do now. I'll like tap them and I say, do you mind if I get through here? Or do you mind if I squeeze past? And they move a little bit. And I say, I'm much bigger than that. That's my follow-up.
The Delta work move.
I say,
Mine is always just
I'm
pointing
larger
out-
than that hole that you've left me.
Mine, that's very funny, and I wish I was that brave, but I'm skinny now. I just go, is this a good place to stop? I say that to people on the sidewalk. I say that to people who in the airport who just stop right in the middle of the walkway, like in the middle of the large hallway. Instead of pulling over to the side, they just fucking stop in the middle. And I go, is this a great place to stop? Okay. And then I just like walk around them while I'm like looking bummy and shitty, whatever.
Last call.
Listen. Yeah. Contestant number 5. No, contestant number 10.
10.
Hey, Big Dipper and Meatball. I am calling in for some advice, but by the time you tell me on the podcast, it'll be too late. So just, I guess, some insight. I'm 38 years old and I'm newly single and back on the dating apps. And I've recently lowered my age range
Standards?
to be 24 to 48. Anyway, I'm talking with this 30-year-old and we've made plans to hook up, and I learned midway through the conversation today that he's a virgin. Oh, dear Lord, what do I do? Do I still entertain him? Or what? Gosh, I need some help, but it's too late now because the deed is done, so I guess I'll tell you later. Goodbye!
Not the deed is done.
The deed is done. So
I
you
mean,
did entertain him. Remember in the 90s when fucking a virgin was everyone wanted a virgin. Everyone was like, oh, yeah, I want to fuck a virgin. And now it's like this. It's like, should I even have sex with a virgin?
Yeah, because part of the, on one hand, it's like, yes, please. And then they won't be a virgin anymore. And then we don't have to deal with it. But the other part is like, man, they're going to catch feelings. You got to go slow. You got to explain everything. And that's fine if you're into that. And obviously if you're both consenting and down and understand it. But I guess it depends. Are they looking for a teacher? Are they looking for a guide? Are they looking for the experience to be educational? Or are they good to go? They've just never gotten their dick wet. And now is the time to jump in.
Well, they are 30 and a virgin. So I think maybe now is just the time to jump in. Yeah, I forgot about the catching feelings thing. They're going to be latched onto you. So I'd say don't give them your phone number.
Yeah, skip it. Skip it altogether.
Oh, I'd still do it.
I have something to...
I'd still
You'd
do it.
still do it?
I think it would be fun. I mean, here's the thing. Here's some things you're going to be working with. He's not going to know what hole and what to do. He's going to come probably so fast. Or he might take too long and not be able to get hard. That happens too when you get a little nervous. I would do it. But don't give him your phone number and don't let him, don't do it at your house. You know what I mean? You don't want him to know where you live or how to contact you. Dipper shared a file at the meeting. Download. I gotta download it. No, I'm opening it. Okay, Fred. What's that about?
That was at the Walmart.
Dipper sent me a message, and on it says Fred and then someone's phone number, and this is what he saw in the Walmart. Now, have you texted Fred?
I did. He didn't respond.
Huh. Did you
I
send him a
texted,
picture?
is this Fred?
Here's the thing. I think this is people don't do this anymore. Well, maybe in small towns they do.
That's what
But
I was thinking. I was
my
like, maybe
friends
Fred's
used
a
to do
freak.
this to me as a joke.
And they put your real number?
Yeah, and I'd get text messages from randos.
I said, maybe Fred's a freak, honey. Let that freak flag fly.
I love letting a freak flag fly.
Hell yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Sloppy Seconds. You can follow us on Instagram at SloppyPod. You can send us an email at sloppysecondspod@gmail.com or call in with your own fuck talk story to 213 work bitch 9180. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't ever miss an episode, which come out every Tuesday and Friday.
And if you are interested in having a nice international recording artist, bear, rapper, come to your house and fall asleep on your couch after using the shower, hit me up in my DMs at Big Dipper Jelly on Instagram. I'm happy to make the drive, and I'll leave at 3:30 in the morning.
You basically use that place like a hostel.
I had a cupcake before I left, too.
You didn't want to eat when everyone could see you. You had to wait until they were all asleep. Wait, you said people were up until 5. So when you left, they were still all
There were
awake.
3 people up and chatting when I left, 2 others in the hot tub, and I said, I waved, but I couldn't find the hosts. They were up on the upstairs level, and I didn't know how to get up there.
You find yourself in weirder situations every time we talk, and I'm really
Every single time, and I'm here to live life to the fullest. I'm trying to experience some weird shit.
I know. I'm glad that you are.
That's my goal.
I'm going to go find some barbecue.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, and a couple fun things. This Friday, we have a really exciting finale to our time in New York City. So get ready for that. Diva Doll, you know what it is. So stay tuned for that, both on YouTube, but the full episode is going to be available on Mom Plus Gold. And also, if you are a Mom Plus Gold member, this beautiful experience that happens when Meatball and I record our Tuesday episodes, you're going to get to experience that exclusively on Mom Plus Gold, behind the paywall, to join a live stream. Meatball, we could even have them just join the Zoom call.
To interact. Well, we'd have to mute them all, but I would like to see what the chat's got going on the side. If everyone,
We could just do it. We could just have an invited Zoom while we record the show.
and then we could maybe talk to people, do little breakouts, let one person talk. And be
All
like,
right, get ready. We're doing this next week. And Meatball's not going to be in drag because we're just going to release the audio as a regular Tuesday episode. This is going to be super exclusive just for Mom Plus Gold folks.
And everyone, I'm quitting drag. Goodbye.
Get into it.
To get access to our full uncensored video episodes ad-free and one day early, sign up for Mom Plus Gold at mompodcasts.plus.
Sloppy Seconds is produced by Moguls of Media, a.k.a. Mom.
Hosted by Big Dipper and Meatball.
Engineered by Margot Padilla.
Editing and sound design by William Pitts.
Executive produced by Willem, Alaska Thunderfuck, Big Dipper, and Joe Cilio.
Our artwork was drawn by Christian Cimarroni.
And our theme song was written by Mike Malarkey.